So, welcome back. And I want to just really quickly go over two of the structures that we looked at last week because we're going to be looking in more detail about those structures and the processes that these structures represent. So, in this first slide on the slide deck, I gave you something that's most simplistic. It's very cartoony. And so, remember, the chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis, and it says they use light energy to make glucose. That's what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of days is photosynthesis. And then the 2 days after that, we're going to be looking at cellular respiration. So mitochondrion is the organelle that we're looking at for that. And it says it breaks down to make ATP. Okay, so we're going to look more at that when we move on. The second diagram is diagram that are very clip art-ish, like you would see it on a test or on an MCAS. You'll notice that there are very specific structures here in this chloroplast. And then there is this, it's called cristae, that's in the mitochondrion. It's very wavy looking. And so these are very, very typical of diagrams that you would see on some kind of standardized test. This is where the pictures start getting really interesting. So if you go to this next part, this would be more of a textbook picture, the outer membrane, the thylakoids, all the parts are labeled and all of that. You don't have to know that right now, but know that there are different parts to these as typically is the case. And so the colored part here is more of the diagram part. This part is actually the black and white photo taken with a type of an electron microscope. And so this is what, if it was a real picture, it would look like. And the next one is actually pictures that are taken on a scanning electron microscope, tens of thousands of times a regular eyesight, right? So these are very small structures, as we know, because they're both inside a cell. You see that the stacks of thylakoids are there, which you don't have to know that name, but there are stacks within the chloroplast. And then in the mitochondria, there's that cristae looking, right? And that's you're going to find out is where cellular respiration takes place. So chloroplast, mitochondria, those are the two things that we're going to be looking at. And I hope this serves to rattle your memory a little bit.